So, handsy Uncle Joseph Biden is at it again. I think that his staff let him know about this hacky argument that he can use on the issue of healthcare, and he immediately loved it and immediately warmed to it. And so he did a little video on it here. Let's take a look, and then I'll come back and explain to you why this is the most disingenuous and terrible argument I've ever heard.
It was great being part of the first Democratic debate in Miami. The question was asked whether we support eliminating private health insurance. Some said yes, I said absolutely not. I believe we have to protect and build on Obamacare. That's why I proposed adding a public option to Obamacare as the best way to lower costs and cover everyone. I understand the appeal of Medicare for all, but folks supporting it should be clear that it means getting rid of Obamacare. And I'm not for that. I was very proud the day I stood there with Barack Obama and he signed that legislation. Never before had anyone ever been able to do that in the White House. 20 million Americans gained coverage. Over 100 million with pre-existing conditions finally got protection. And most importantly, peace of mind. You know, I know how hard it is to get that passed. I watched it. Starting over makes no sense to me at all. I knew the Republicans would do everything in their power to repeal Obamacare. They still are. But I'm surprised that so many Democrats are running on getting rid of it. The Affordable Care Act was a historic achievement for President Obama. And if I'm elected president, I'm going to do everything in my power to protect it and build on it.
So, in other words, Joe Biden is lying. He says there that I knew Republicans were going to fight to repeal Obamacare, but I didn't know so many Democrats were going to do the same. Except they're not doing that. There's not a single Democrat who's in favor of repealing Obamacare. He's making it seem like there's this transition period where, in order to get Medicare for all passed, a couple months before, or a year before, whatever it may be, we all get around and say, well, okay, now we repeal Obamacare, right? Right, let's do it. And then the Democrats and the Republicans agree, let's repeal Obamacare. Utter nonsense, completely untrue, not based on anything. It's basically a smear. The smear is Bernie Sanders and all these Medicare for all proponents, they want to repeal Obamacare and then do Medicare for all. Nonsense. Obamacare would stay as is, and Medicare for all actually is building on Obamacare. That's what that is. Because he speaks out of both sides of his mouth, because then he also says, like, well, I'm in favor of building on Obamacare. Well, what do you think is the next step? It's a Medicare for all system. That's the ultimate end goal. At least if you care about actually getting everybody coverage and cutting the price, that's the way you do it, Medicare for all. So Joe Biden is absolutely lying here, and it's disgusting. Not a single Democrat is in favor of repealing Obamacare. The Republicans are in favor of it. Not a single Democrat is in favor of it. We want to do the next logical step, which is cover everybody, cut prices in half, and make it a right. That's what Medicare for all is. So he is being a complete and utter weasel, and it's obvious. I mean, listen, you heard the goofy-ass music in the background, like the fake patriotic music. And of course, Biden goes back to his standard trick of like, Obama! Obama, yes! Obama, and yes! He's trying to use Obama's popularity to leech off of it to say, me, I'm the person who will continue that legacy of milquetoast centrism and corporatism. Yes. Obama's an interesting character because his poll numbers are high, but his philosophy in office was not great. Now, I contend that the reason behind that is people are able to separate the person from the policy, and they just like Obama because they like Obama. I don't know, he's a nice guy. I like him. He's a good leader. Like, that's people's general take, certainly Democrats' general take, is that he has a high approval rating because of that. It's not like when you go into the specifics of everything Obama did that they're like, oh, nailed it 100%. No. The polls show the American people, definitely in the Democratic Party, overwhelmingly in favor of Medicare for all, free college living wage, way to the left of Obama. But what Biden's trying to do there is act like I am 100% the logical next step in the legacy of Obama. So that's why you support me. But who else did that? Hillary Clinton. And she lost. So let him make his hacky arguments all day long, and we'll continue to bust them up, because they're exactly that. They are hacky, and in this case, it's an outright lie.